Hi, I'm John Cathcart. I'm going to do this about presentation about Stoicism, which was one of the early philosophies that we studied. There are several concepts that the Stoics believe that some of them are reflected in what we looked at showed you previously, including the first one here, memento mori. What that means literally is just something that reminds us of death. And they don't use it in the way you might think. It's just they think that you should be prepared for the idea that you could pass away at any moment. And so it's important to live your life with that in mind so that you actually are there. You're present, you're doing it, you're trying to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish and not waiting for a future time because you're not guaranteed that is what their focus is. The Buddhists would sometimes spend time to contemplate on their mortality and to think about death. So, this idea of reflecting on that goes actually back to Socrates. So, in fact, one of the key Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, who was an emperor of Rome, he had a saying that was, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." So, again, it's just mostly an incentive to be present. The next one is amor fati, which just means love of fate. So it's about embracing what comes your way, that whether it's good or bad to you, that you've strived to make the best of it and to move forward, seeking whatever might help you in it, even if it's just to help you grow stronger. There's a popular book called "The Obstacle Is the Way," which is centered all around this idea. Um, so, in most situations that happen to us, the biggest effect to us is how we react to it, our perception of it, not necessarily the event itself. Like a flat tire or something like that. It's not fun, but it's what we feel about it that tends to cause the most damage. If we spend the rest of the drive stewing about the fact that we got a flat tire, that's going to sour things after that. This is based on the idea that the only things we can control are our thoughts and actions. So, and a quote that typifies this was by Friedrich Nietzsche: "Was not merely bear what is necessary, still less to conceal it, but embrace it." Um, the next concept here is a premeditatio malorum, which roughly translates to think about what could go wrong, to think ahead of time. So when you wake up in the morning, you spend some time thinking about what you're going to try to accomplish that day, and you spend some time thinking about what could go wrong. What are the risks? What could cause you problems in getting it completed? Um, and it's the idea is that it's impossible to prepare for something that you've not thought about. So you can't be prepared for it and know what to do to take care of it or prevent it or anything like that. Um, the next two are somewhat more positive. The summum bonum just means the pursuit of the highest good. So basically, the idea is to do the right thing and nothing else really matters. And it doesn't matter who's with you or who might be watching or anything like that. So, this goes back to the idea that Stoics believed in virtue. They felt that if you sought virtue, then everything else, like happiness and honor and glory and reputation and meaning for your life, would follow that. The Boy Scouts even follow this idea to some degree. They have a slogan that is "Do a good turn daily," and it's just in every day try to do something that benefits other people, and to do that as much as you can, but to at least do it at once, if not more. The last thing is also alluded to with the Buddhists. The sympathia just means that we're all connected. so that everything we do affects everything else. The Stoics kind of believe we're just all parts of one gigantic entity, the universe. So we just were smaller pieces of that. So everything we did affect everything else. So I hope that you learned a little bit about Stoicism, and that I could elaborate a little bit on what was in the book. So I've found it to be a very interesting philosophy, and I hope you did too. Thank you.